Before Marvin speaks, I have to tell you that he does not know what he's going to speak about yet, because it is off the cuff. As his evaluator, I have the pleasure of selecting from the topics that he gave. And this is a tough one. I'm not sure which one I want to give Marvin. If I want to give him the most difficult, the most fun, the most interesting. Why go on a trip to Europe without hotel reservations? 5 to 7 minutes, let's go.
Why go on a hotel trip without hotel reservations? I just thought about this topic about 5 minutes before the meeting started. But it's something we actually did. November 2015, my wife and I have 4 kids, 2 that are not so kids anymore. At the time, they were 2 years ago, so 19, 17, 13, and 11. 4 kids. Luckily, we don't have to change diapers on planes or at the hotel. But then again, we didn't actually stay at a hotel. We arrived in Denmark. It was mid-November 2015. I got excellent tickets, around $300 per person. And the reason why we went in November, of course, is because there's less people at that time. What I didn't prepare, and maybe it was on purpose, maybe because I'm a procrastinator and it happens. I said, you know what, we're not going to have hotel reservations. We're doing Airbnb. About a day before the trip, I was looking around on Airbnb, looking for spaces or houses within the Copenhagen area, which is where we flew into. There was nothing. I was like, oh. My wife was asking, so you found the reservations already? He's like, yeah, I got it. Turns out, we got on the flight. I still couldn't find any rooms or houses available. That's okay. We got to the location, Copenhagen Airport. We got our rental car, and luckily there's Wi-Fi there. And the nice thing about our service provider is that they have international data also, so great. Went on Airbnb, looking at the website, oh, Copenhagen, about $300 a night. No, thank you. Here's one. It's about less than $100 a night for a week. And we were staying in that location for a week. For a week, it's about $500. I think I'll do that one. Looks good. I said, yes, I have a reservation. See. I had to do some negotiating there with the lady because the house was not available, but she accepted and we were off. About an hour and a half later, we got to the location. Very, very homely actually, very cold. Granted, this is November in Scandinavia. This is not November here in Florida. So definitely 30s, 40s, that was a high over there. But that we knew what we were getting ourselves into. We got to the place, very enjoyable, very comfortable. Stayed there for a week. And since we had a car, we decided we didn't have a plan actually. And that's normally how I roll, is I don't have a plan to do anything specifically. We stayed there for a week and it's like, you know what? Why don't we go to Berlin? We got on the car, drove down to Berlin, stayed there for a week. Again, same situation as before. Looking up Airbnb place in the last minute, we found one room for the 6 of us in a small apartment, but it was in the heart of Berlin's, it seemed like Middle Eastern area. But it was very interesting. You have a different cultural aspect that you wouldn't normally get if you were staying in a standard hotel, which for me, that was part of the great experience, because we would walk around, park, and then walk around to different places there. Very interesting to us. Stayed there for a week, sleeping on top of each other, hearing everybody snore. Then, it was a 3-week trip. We went back to Copenhagen. This time, again, looking for a room at the last minute. Guess what? I did not find a house this time. We stayed at the airport. I was in the car with 2 of my daughters, and my wife and son and one of my other daughters decided to go into the airport and see if they could find a place to lay down for a bit. Luckily, there were other people there in the airport that actually did the same thing. They were sleeping on the side, and she found a chair that it was unfortunate that there were armrests, so she was kind of sleeping or not sleeping, but believe me, I heard about it the next day. But we did find a room or a house for the next 5 days. We enjoyed it. It was a very memorable experience. My wife, I know, for some parts of it, was probably uncomfortable, especially in the airport, but I don't think I would have changed the trip at all for the world, for the memories that we have, for the pictures that we've taken or we took. And I'd like to leave you with this. Sometimes it's important to try to change things up, make the place you're going to a little bit different, go off the beaten path a bit. I know we enjoy doing that, maybe a little bit too much for my wife sometimes, but yeah, that's me. It's a Toastmaster. Yeah.
1 minute on the clock for evaluations, please.